Sally Margaret Field, born November 6, 1946, is an American film and television actress and director. Throughout her career that has totaled more than 5 decades, she has won 2 Academy Awards, 2 Golden Globe Awards, 3 Primetime Emmy Awards, and a Screen Actors Guild Award, among numerous other accolades. Field began her career in television, starring on the sitcoms Gidget from 1965 to 1966 and The Flying Nun from 1967 to 1970. After numerous other television roles, Field ventured into film, starring in Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, and later Norma Ray, 1979, for which she received universal acclaim, receiving the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance. She later received Golden Globe Award nominations for her performances in Absence of Malice, 1981, and Kiss Me Goodbye, 1982, before receiving her second Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance in Places in the Heart, 1984. Field received further nominations for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress for Murphy's Romance, 1985, and Steel Magnolias, 1989. In the 1990s, Field appeared in a wide range of films, including Not Without My Daughter, 1991, and Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, before being nominated for the BAFTA Award for Best Actress in a Supporting Role for Forrest Gump, 1994. In the 2000s, Field returned to television with a recurring role as Maggie Wazinski on the NBC medical drama for which she won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Drama Series in 2001. From 2006 to 2011, she portrayed the lead role of Nora Walker on the ABC television drama Brothers and Sisters, for which she won the 2007 Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. Field later starred as Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, 2012, for which she was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress and the Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress, among other accolades. She also appeared as Aunt May in The Amazing Spider-Man, 2012, and reprised the role in the 2014 sequel, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. As a director, Field is known for directing the television film The Christmas Tree, 1996, an episode of the 1998 HBO miniseries From the Earth to the Moon, as well as the feature film Beautiful, 2000. Her overall contribution to film and television is considered large. In 2014, she was presented with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Early life. Sally Field was born in Pasadena, California. Her father, Richard Dryden Field, was an Army officer, and her mother, Margaret Field, née Moreland, was an actress. Following her parents' 1950 divorce, her mother married actor and stuntman Jock Mahoney. Through her maternal grandmother's genealogical line, Field is a descendant of Mayflower passenger and colonial governor William Bradford, her 10 times great-grandfather. As a teen, Field attended Portola Middle School and Birmingham High School in Van Nuys, where she was a cheerleader. Her classmates included financier Michael Milken, actress Cindy Williams and talent agent Michael Ovitz. Career 1965 to 76. Field got her start on television as the boy crazy surfer girl in the sitcom Gidget, 1965-66. The show was not an initial success and was cancelled after a single season. However, summer reruns garnered respectable ratings, making the show a belated success. Wanting to find a new starring vehicle for Field, ABC next produced The Flying Nun with Field cast as Sister Bertrill for 3 seasons, from 1967 to 1970. In an interview included on the Season 1 DVD release, Field said that she thoroughly enjoyed Gidget, but hated The Flying Nun because she was not treated with respect by the show's directors. Field was then typecast, finding respectable roles difficult to come by. In 1971, Field starred in the ABC TV movie Maybe I'll Come Home in the Spring, playing a discouraged teen runaway who returns home with a bearded, drug-abusing hippie, played by David Carradine. She made several guest television appearances through the mid-1970s, including a recurring role on the Western comedy Alias Smith and Jones, a popular TV series starring Gidget co-star Pete Duell. She also appeared in the episode Whisper on the TV thriller Night Gallery. In 1973, Field was cast in a starring role opposite John Davidson in the short-lived series The Girl with Something Extra from 1973 to 1974. Following the series cancellation, Field studied at the Actors Studio with the esteemed acting teacher Lee Strasberg. Strasberg became a mentor to the actress, helping her to move past her television image of the girl next door. It was during this time period that Field divorced her first husband in 1975. Soon after studying with Strasberg, Field landed the title role in the 1976 TV film Sybil, based on the book by Flora Rita Schreiber. Her dramatic portrayal of a young woman afflicted with what was then known as multiple personality disorder earned her a Best Dramatic Actress Emmy Award in 1977 and enabled her her to break through the typecasting of her sitcom work. 1977–89. In 1977 she co-starred with Burt Reynolds, Jackie Gleason, and Jerry Reed in that year's two highest-grossing film, Smokey and the Bandit. In 1979 Field played the eponymous union organizer in Norma Ray, a successful film that established her as a dramatic actress. Vincent Canby, reviewing the film for the New York Times, wrote, "Norma Ray is a seriously concerned contemporary drama, illuminated by some very good performances and one, Miss Fields, that is spectacular." For her role in Norma Ray, Field won the Best Female Performance Prize at the Cannes Film Festival and the Academy Award for Best Actress. Field appeared with Reynolds in three more films, The End, Hooper and Smokey and the Bandit 2. In 1981, she continued to change her image, playing a foul-mouthed prostitute opposite Tommy Lee Jones in the South Set film Back Roads. She received Golden Globe nominations for the 1981 drama Absence of Malice and the 1982 comedy Kiss Me Goodbye. Then came a second Oscar for her starring role in the 1984 drama Places in the Heart. Field's gushing acceptance speech is well remembered and has since been both admired as earnest and parodied as excessive. She said, "I haven't had an orthodox career, and I've wanted more than anything to have your respect. The first time I didn't feel it, but this time I feel it, and I can't deny the fact that you like me, right now, you like me." Field was actually making a humorous reference to dialogue from her role in Norma Ray, but many people missed the connection. Field even parodied herself when she delivered the line, often misquoted as "you like me, you really like me," in a Charles Schwab commercial. In 1985, she co-starred with James Garner in the romantic comedy Murphy's Romance. In A&E's biography of Garner, she cited her on-screen kiss with Garner as the best cinematic kiss she ever had. The following year, Field appeared on the cover of the March 1986 issue of Playboy magazine, in which she was the interview subject. She did not appear as a pictorial subject in the magazine, although she did wear the classic leotard and bunny ears outfit on the cover. That year, she received the Women in Film Crystal Award for her role as matriarch Malin in the film version of Steel Magnolias. 1989, she was nominated for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. 1990–present, Field had supporting roles in a number of other movies, including Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, in which she played Miranda Hillard, the wife of Robin Williams's character and the love interest of Pierce Brosnan's character Stuart, Stu, Dunmire. She then played the mother of Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump, 1994, even though she was only 10 years older than Hanks, with whom she had co-starred 6 years earlier in Punchline. Field's other 1990s films included Not Without My Daughter, a controversial thriller based on the real-life experience of Betty Mahmoudi's escape from Iran with her daughter Madib, and Soap Dish, a comedy in which she played pampered soap opera star Celeste Talbert and was joined by an all-star cast including Kevin Kline, Whoopi Goldberg, Elizabeth Shue and Robert Downey, Jr. In 1996 Field received the Berlinale Camera Award at the 46th Berlin International Film Festival for her role as a grieving vigilante mother in director John Schlesinger film Eye for an Eye. She co-starred with Natalie Portman in Where the Heart Is, 2000, and appeared opposite Reese Witherspoon in Legally Blonde 2, Red, White and Blonde. Field had a recurring role on her in the 2001 season as Dr. Abby Lockhart's mother, Maggie, who suffers from bipolar disorder, a role for which she won an Emmy Award in 2001. After her critically acclaimed stint on the show, she returned to the role in 2003 and 2006. She also starred in the very short-lived 2002 series The Court. Field's directorial career began with the television film The Christmas Tree, 1996. In 1998 she directed the episode The Original Wives Club of the critically acclaimed TV miniseries From the Earth to the Moon, also playing a minor role as Trudy, the wife of astronaut Gordon Cooper. In 2000 she directed the feature film Beautiful. Field was a late addition to the ABC drama Brothers and Sisters, which debuted in September 2006. In the show's pilot, the role of matriarch Nora Walker was played by actress Betty Buckley. However, the show's producers decided to take the character in another direction, and offered the part to Field, who won the 2007 Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series for her performance. The drama also starred Callista Flockhart and Rachel Griffiths as Nora's adult daughters. In November 2009, Field appeared on an episode of The Doctors to talk about osteoporosis and her Rally with Sally Foundation. She portrayed Aunt May in the Marvel Comics films The Amazing Spider-Man, 2012, as well as the 2014 sequel. Field's widely praised portrayal of Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's film Lincoln brought her Best Supporting Actress nominations for the Academy Award, the Golden Globe, and the BAFTA and Screen Actors Guild Awards. On May 5, 2014, Field received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for her contributions to motion pictures. Her star is located in front of the Hollywood Wax Museum. In January 2015, it was announced that she would co-host TCM. Personal life. Field was married to Stephen Craig from 1968 to 1975. During their marriage, the couple had two sons, Peter Craig, a novelist, and Eli Craig, an actor and director. Beginning in the late 1970s, Field was romantically involved with Burt Reynolds for many years, during which time they co-starred in several films, including Smokey and the Bandit, Smokey and the Bandit 2, The End, and Hooper. After the end of her relationship with Reynolds, Field married second husband Alan Greisman in 1984. Together they had one son, Sam, in 1987. Field and Greisman divorced in 1993. Activism. In 2005, Field was diagnosed with osteoporosis. Her diagnosis led her to create the Rally with Sally for Bone Health campaign with support from Roche and GlaxoSmithKline that controversially co-promoted Boniva, a bisphosphonate treatment for osteoporosis. Field's campaign encouraged early diagnosis of such conditions through technology such as bone density scans. During the 2007 Emmy Award for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series, Field's acceptance speech contained an anti-war statement in which she said, "If the mothers ruled the world, there would be no goddamn wars in the first place." Fox Broadcasting Company, which aired the Emmys, cut the sound and picture after the word God and did not cut back to the stage after Field finished talking. An email statement from the company the day after the incident explained that the censorship of Field's speech, among two other censorship incidents during the award ceremony, occurred because some language during the live broadcast may have been considered inappropriate by some viewers. As a result, Fox's broadcast standards executives determined it appropriate to drop sound and picture during those portions of the show. Field is an advocate for women's rights. She has served on the board of directors of Vital Voices Global Partnership, an international women's NGO, and has co-hosted the Global Leadership Awards 6 times. A Democrat, Field supported Hillary Clinton's bid for the Democratic Party nomination in the 2008 presidential election. The actress is also an activist for gay rights and won the Human Rights Campaign's Ally for Equality Award in 2012. Field's youngest son, Sam, is openly gay. Filmography, film, television, discography, singles, Felicidad, Billboard 94, Cashbox 91, Find Yourself a Rainbow, Colgams 1008, August 1967, Follow the Star, Both Sides, Promo Only, Colgams 107, December 1967, Golden Days, You're a Grand Old Flag, Colgams 1014, January 1968, Album, Star of the Flying Nun, Colgams Com 106, Mono, Kaz 106, Stereo, Billboard 172, December 1967, Awards and Nominations.